the RLCS World Championship, it was hard to not notice that Cloud9, or at least some of Cloud9, appeared to be freestyling, and not just versus their easier competition, but literally in the grand finals versus Dignitas. And this was really more Gimmick than anybody else, or at least he was the most noticeable one. Now there's a lot more to what Gimmick is doing that I'm gonna get into a little bit later in the video. Really, this video spawned from learning what Gimmick was doing because I just didn't understand it. And it just showed me that even after thousands of hours in this game and, hours watching it played at the highest level, there's still so much to learn and so much to work on. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. The first high-level mechanic that I'd say goes beyond just pros. Many players can do this. I just figured it would be good to talk about since I've never really talked about this on my channel. Anyways, it's the half flip challenge. Now, we've all been in that situation where our back is facing the ball and we have an opportunity to challenge, but not really enough time to turn around and then challenge. And the best option is actually to just challenge backwards, like we would if we just backflipped, but to take it a step further and do a half flip challenge. So basically, you just half flip right into the ball while the ball is behind you. Now, even if you know how to half flip super well and super consistently, there's just something very odd about hitting the ball with a half flip. Now, you can practice this pretty easily in free play and get good at it and get to where it comes, like second nature. And really what you do is just keep the ball behind your car and half flip into it over and over and over again. I first noticed this during high level ones back in the day, and it's really amazing how long high level players have been doing this, but how little it's been implemented into the rest of the community. I'd say there's a very small percentage of champ players even who would choose to do this over just backflipping. Give it a try if you haven't. It'll definitely test your brain if you don't know how to do it. All right, the next one has to do with half flipping as well. Now, I started noticing this during RLCS or in watching pro streams. Basically, you can cancel your front flip on your shots to really give yourself a better position after the shot, and you don't lose any power, but your momentum is just different. Honestly, I don't know if I can fully explain how this helps. Maybe it's just easier to land cleaner, maybe it just simplifies things. I'm sure one of you could thoroughly explain it in a YouTube comment that I'll definitely be reading. I really do think this is worth working on, because if the pros do it, then we should probably do it too. And it does look pretty clean, I will say. Basically, you just go to hit your shot, and after you dodge forwards, pull the analog stick backwards really quickly to cancel your flip. So you'll still flip forwards with all the same momentum and power, but your car won't flip all the way over. All right, this one goes back to players like Dapper and even Pashy and Cooksier. And I'd say it really originated with those SARP vets because they were used to using hold ball cam. So they're always holding down ball cam until they go to dodge, in which case they actually let go of ball cam to dodge. So a split second before they hit the ball, they switch to car cam. But players like Squishy and Justin and Dapper, and I'd really say I first saw this in Dapper, they've implemented it without holding ball cam. There's a few different reasons that they do this. Now, the first is that it keeps your view, that is what you're looking at, really varied. So if you switch back and forth on every dodge, you may be rotating back and you're always keeping an eye on the ball and what's happening, as well as maybe the boost that you're trying to pick up. Sort of keeps you looking at different places. Now, in Squishy and Justin's case, they really do it more for shots. They've just built it into their muscle memory so that on every shot and really all of their touches, they can have more precision. And another big part of it is that it makes it feel like they're actually playing faster. And this is something that Musty was telling me about during our coaching session. He was pretty much telling me that it really makes you feel like you're just moving quicker. And this is why when Justin is driving around in free play, hitting the ball around, besides the fact that he's just mechanically beyond almost anyone in the world, all those little switches over and over again make things feel speedy. To the point where when you watch him, it doesn't even look like he's playing Rocket League. Like the way he gets touches is just so different than what we're used to. All right, the next one is using tornado spins. Now, being able to tornado spin is one thing, but actually implementing it into shots and really into air dribbles is another thing entirely. Tornado spinning on air dribbles in particular is really common among pro players, and you can really see its benefits if you watch people like Gainer air dribble. He uses tornado spins to stay under the ball while getting those like really soft touches. Now, it's a great way to basically get your car to the ball quickly while not hitting the ball too far away from your car, because you're sort of corkscrewing under the ball. So when you get to it, you're not hitting it quite as hard forwards or upwards. jumps. I don't know, this game is so crazy. It's gone so much further than I think anybody thought it would. Like, even as I'm talking about this, there's just so much to it. There's so many crazy things that you can work on. All right, guys, the last thing on my list has to do with Gimmick, and really the question of whether or not he was freestyling at RLCS. So I tweeted out asking if he was, and Lawler actually messaged me on Twitter, and here's what he told me. Gimmick uses perma air roll for aerials. That is a sentence I never thought I'd say. Perma air rolls for aerials. Now, part of me wanted to be like, oh yeah, of course, perma air rolls. I forgot about those. But I didn't understand this at all. I'd never heard of this. So I had to ask him because I didn't get it. Basically, you hold air roll just like some players hold ball cam. And if you want to stop air rolling, you let go of the button. And in Gimmick's case, this is why he takes off air rolling. Like, he comes off of the ground, tornado spinning and spinning. He's never really just turning his car in the air for the most part. He's always air rolling and thus always twisting and spinning to get to where he wants to be. So is he freestyling? Well, really he's not, but yet he is at the same time. He's doing the mechanic of freestyling, but it's all intentional and it's not for show. But he is not really getting to the ball technically at the most direct angle. Like, it's always quickest just to pretty much fly straight at the ball with some small air rolls, but spinning the entire time will take away some of your momentum. This is worth trying sometime if you have like the mechanical skills. If you hold air roll on the takeoff for an aerial, you have to make some twists on the way to the ball because you can't direct your car while holding air roll without twisting. So you're gonna move your car to the ball, but you're gonna be twisting at the same time. It's pretty crazy. Worth a try if you're bored. All right, guys, thanks for watching this one. Leave a nice little like if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.